नमस्कार. आयच्या ह्या खाशेल्या कार्यावळीत तुमकां सगळ्यांक येवकार. आनी जशें तुमी स्क्रिनीचेर पळोवपाक शकतात, आयचो विशय कितें आहा तो की इंग्लिशीन एक हें आसा की द सर्कस इज कमिंग टू टावन म्हणून. सो ती परिस्थिती सद्या म्हाका दिसता गोंयकारांची आसा. इतली दीस गुवाहाटी रावतगीर महाड्रामा, महाराष्ट्राच्या राजकारणाचो ड्रामा हो गोंयांत पावता. गुवाहाटी सावन तांचें विमान सुटलें आनी रातीन ऑलमोस्ट 10-10:30 वरांचेर ते गोंयांत लँड जातले. थंयच्यान हांगा पावपाक 4 वरां लागतात. आनी ताजे उपरांत फाल्यां सकाळी मेरेन तांकां गोंयांत रावपाक जाय. सुप्रीम कोर्टाचो निर्णय एक वटेच्यान येता. कितें जातलें आनी हाजे फाटले कायद्याच्यो खाच खळगे कितें. फाल्यां वोट ऑफ कॉन्फिडन्स आसा. तांकां खरेंच ती मुंबय वचपाची गरज आसा काय ते वचनासतना गोंयाक आनी एक 4 दीस रावपाक शकतात. ह्या सगळ्या गजालींचेर आमी भासाभास करतले. आनी म्हाका एक गजाल दिसता की डिफेक्शन आनी मर्जर्स ह्या गजालींचेर गोंयान PhD केल्या. सो गोंयांतले आमगेले आदवोगाद आनी राजकीय विश्लेशक हाजेर जितले बरे तरेन उलोवपाक शकतात तितले म्हाका दिसना की देशांतली उलोवपाक शकतले म्हणून. तांकां फक्त पुस्तकी ज्ञान आसा. हांगा आमचे कडेन अशे मनीस आसा तांकां प्रॅक्टिकल ज्ञान आसा. सो अशी प्रॅक्टिकल ज्ञान आशिल्ली 3 मनीस म्हाका आज जॉयन जातात ह्या पॅनलाचेर. पयली आसात क्लिओफात बाब कुतीन, राजकीय विश्लेशक आनी आदवोगाद. दुसरे आसात राधाराव बाब ग्रासियस. राधा बाब वेलकम. आणि तिसरी म्हाका जॉयन जातात तिसरे आदवोगाद सिद्धार्थ बाब सामंत. सिद्धार्थ बाब वेलकम. सो अशी 3 आदवोगाद घेवन आमी सद्याक हे डिस्कशन सुरवात करतात. हांव क्लिओफात बाब तुमचे कडच्यान स्टार्ट करता. द सर्कस इज कमिंग टू टावन. सो तुमी ह्या सर्कशी कडेन कशी पळयतात?
या सी मुगे भाशेन if they had come to Goa earlier, we may have advised them that 2/3 is required only in case of merger.
Yeah.
That only when you merge you require 2/3. We may have told them long back. Looks like the government in Maharashtra does not have the numbers. No doubt about that. But as far as the Shiv Sena is concerned, it is in a catch-22 situation because of this issue of what to do with their 2/3. They have 2/3 with them, but they do not know what to do with their 2/3. That appears to their problem.
Yeah.
And it looks like they have not been in a position to solve that problem of what to do with their 2/3.
Yes.
As a result of which, yesterday BJP approached the governor and told the governor that the government does not have numbers. I think as far as the BJP is concerned, BJP is absolutely right. The government does not have the numbers. But as far as Shiv Sena is concerned, they have 2/3 with them. But it appears at this stage, they do not know what to do with the 2/3. One. Number two, the matter is in the Supreme Court now. And Supreme Court, kiti kortlo, we do not know. Possibly it is for the first time that somebody is arguing before the Supreme Court, don't hold a floor test.
Yes.
See, I don't think everybody has argued hold a floor test. Now the argument is don't hold the floor test because the Supreme Court itself said to delay the disqualification petitions against 16.
Yeah.
Now the disqualification petitions and mandate of the House are 2 separate things. This is what BJP and Sena will argue, but that they are so intricately connected that disqualification has to follow first is what a very arduous task for Abhishek Manu Singh.
Yeah, it's a very arduous task because floor test ganaka. This is a very yeah. There are 2 very peculiar situations here की जनरली आम्ही जेन्ना रिबेलियन पळयतात तेन्ना ज्या लोकांचे सरकार नासता किंवा जांचो मुख्यमंत्री नासता ते रिबेल जातात आनी खंय तरी सरकारा वटेच्यान जॉइन जावपाक वतात. दिस इज वन क्लासीक केस जंय तांची सरकार आसा, तांच्या पक्षाचो मुख्यमंत्री आसा आनी तरीकय रिबेलियन आसा. सो आनी जर दुसरो जर पर्याय घेतलो जाल्यार तांच्या पक्षाचो मनीस मुख्यमंत्री जावपाक शकना अशी परिस्थिती आसा. सो दीज आर वेरी 2 पेक्युलियर सिच्युएशन. वन अ पॉलिटिकली पेक्युलियर सिच्युएशन आनी लिगली पेक्युलियर सिच्युएशन ऑन इदर सायड. राधा बाब, बिफोर आय गो टू सिद्धार्थ बाब, तुम्ही ह्या सगळ्या परिस्थिती कडेन कशी पळयतात? आज ते गोंया येतात, तांकां दिसता की गोंयांतल्यान मुंबय वचप फाल्यां इजी. खरें तांणी वचपाची गरज आसा काय कितें वोट ऑफ नो कॉन्फिडन्सा खातीर, काय जर ते फाल्यां जर गोंया बसून रावले आनी सरकार जर थंय वोट ऑफ कॉन्फिडन्स हरले अशें जावं येता?
Pramod, as you have said, you see, and as we know, the circuses in the old days had elephants with them. But now, with these new laws, you can't have an elephant. And they were in Guwahati. They have left the Hathi and they have come to Goa now. Only with the Goa part they have come to Goa. And they probably know that the best joker for the circus is in Goa. Yeah. Everybody knows that we have the best joker around. So now they'll have a circus and a joker also. Now, what happens, Pramod, for practical purposes, see, there is a realistic thing. There is what ought to be and what can happen.
Yeah.
Now, in a democratic society, if we are going to allow political parties in power to use the machinery at their disposal to coerce MLAs to defect, and the courts do nothing about it, then where is the question of any democracy at all? You see, there is some sort of a duty cast on the court of law to go beyond itself to see what is good for society, and do not encourage things which on the letter of the law may be all right, but defeat the very spirit and the purpose of democracy. So I think this is a situation where the Supreme Court should see what is happening, where the Supreme Court should see that MLAs are kept at 5-star resorts, where MLAs are flown in private planes, chartered planes, and that this is not in the democratic spirit. And I would personally feel that the Supreme Court should say the situation is such that you dissolve the House and go for fresh election. Because if you are elected on a particular party and you want to shift to the other side against the mandate or whatever the mandate was, then you see, if the Supreme Court allows such a thing on technical grounds, then there is no future for democracy in India. I feel very sad.
Are you saying, Radha, that this is a case where things need to be looked beyond technical grounds?
Exactly. The Supreme Court has to see what is good for the state, what is good for the country, and how democracy can evolve to the spirit of the law. Okay. And I think this is a situation where Supreme Court should intervene.
On that point, I will go to Siddharth.
I want to make a small addition.
Yeah.
For a long time, our democracy has been reduced to myths. And from the time of Bommai, they seem to tell us, look at the myths. And what Radha says, dissolve the House, because even though myths is okay, go beyond it. I think that is even going against the very spirit of what the Supreme Court has been saying for a long time.
Yeah, that's why I said, whether he's saying that go beyond those technical grounds and go into the moral aspects of it. Siddharth Bab, तुमकां कितें दिसता गोंयाक पावता फाल्यां फ्लोर टेस्ट सुप्रीम कोर्टाचे हियरिंग अजून चालू आसा द लॉयर्स आर स्टील आर्ग्युइंग इन द कोर्ट तुम्ही राधा बाबाक ऐकले क्लियोफात बाबा ऐकले व्हॉट डू यू फील
As far as Goa is concerned, Goa is the place where things begin. In fact, if you remember, the announcement for the prime ministerial candidate officially or unofficially happened in Goa. Most of these things which went at national level and changed the scenario were initiated in Goa. So I feel if they are coming to Goa for some reason, I see that some sort of announcement which will be made, because probably they feel that Goa is a place which is a launch pad for these things. One aspect of the matter. Now, as far as the entire situation of Maharashtra is concerned, now look at it this way: if Supreme Court ought, first of all, I feel there is a very limited scope for Supreme Court to interfere. The best place as to who should be the leader of the House, who should be the chief minister, can only be decided by the Assembly, and therefore that has to be decided on the floor of the House, not in the Supreme Court. Now, only to the extent if they, for some reason, are not allowing to go ahead with the vote of no confidence or election of a leader, a Supreme Court can interfere. That also a very limited aspect. So according to me, a disqualification, of course, it should be taken. Nobody says that it should not be taken. But then what is the dying necessity that it has to be taken tomorrow? It could be done after tomorrow's vote of confidence is done, and suppose tomorrow if they are disqualified, the again leader will lose the confidence of the House. So there is a time procedure for everything. How do you presuppose? Now in half a day's time you want to take this disqualification petition, you want to disqualify them and then hold election.
You are saying Speaker disqualifying MLAs cannot be a presupposition.
Yes, one aspect. And
in fact,
second,
the very argument before the court is,
Yeah.
where is the dying necessity to hold a test tomorrow?
Yeah.
This is Abhishek's argument.
No,
Where
there
is
can
the
be a
dying
counter argument ki where is the dying necessity to disqualify
Yes.
them.
Correct.
In fact, the court comment on that was, if a chief minister, standing chief minister, is creating hurdles, then that doesn't sound. That's the comment which has been made by the court. That if a chief minister, standing chief minister, is seen to be putting hurdles in holding the confidence, that's the prima facie gather that you do not have, or you have lost the mandate.
Well, on
is-
that
You have a
point,
mandate. Why would you go? Why would you not go?
Cleophas, on that point, let us come to the basic point now, and that is of the floor test. आता हो जो सगळं जो आता हे जाल्लो ड्रामा चल्ला तो फ्लोर टेस्टा खातीर ते गोंयांतय येतात कारण फाल्यां फ्लोर टेस्ट आसा गोंयच्यान वचप लागीं रिस्क कमी ह्यो सगळ्यो गजाली खातीर फ्लोर टेस्टाच्या बाबतीत गव्हर्मेंट गोईंग टू दी सुप्रीम कोर्ट अँड सेईंग दॅट डिले दी फ्लोर टेस्ट do you think that augurs well? Number one. Second, in terms of established law, don't you think a sitting government saying that postpone it doesn't sound well?
As I have said in the beginning,
Yeah.
there is no doubt that the government does not have numbers. No doubt about that the government does not have numbers. Now, in a matter where there is a disqualification petition pending, and in a matter where a vote of confidence or vote of no confidence is there, for nearly 20-30 years we are deciding this.
Correct.
See, look at the position. For last 20-30 years we are unable to come to a situation, and we are taking stands depending upon which side it is. See, according to me, if you say that disqualification petitions are pending, and floor tests shall not be stopped, these things have to be made very clear.
Yeah.
See, today the position is nobody trusts the speaker. In Maharashtra, they do not trust the deputy speaker. In Goa, we never trusted our speakers.
Yeah.
Throughout the country, nobody trusts the speakers. Now the problem is, we have created a mechanism. We are not trying to remedy the situation by saying that some neutral party should decide within a time frame. The present government has done nothing. The previous governments have done nothing. As long as when the governments are in power, they feel that power can be used to control the state governments. The present government is using the same power. The earlier governments have also used the same power to control the state governments.
Radhabab, on that point, तुमको ये बरोबर इसना कि how can a government say, a sitting government, when all this what we have been seeing for last 10 days, it is very in very bad taste that postpone the floor test. Don't you think on pure optics it is very, very bad?
See what happens, as Cleophas has said, all of us can see that mathematically the government has lost majority. But to me, how has the majority been cobbled up by the BJP Shinde Sena split group? That is the crux of the problem. You see, the 10th schedule to the Constitution, I think, was introduced by the 52nd Amendment in sometime in 85 or so, 85, 86 or around that time. 85. Now it was introduced then with a specific purpose to prevent this sort of thing happening. But we are now seeing that there are various ways being resorted to overcome and defeat the very purpose of the law. That is why I am saying it is where the Supreme Court has to intervene. The Supreme Court has to intervene and see that there is a purpose in the law, and that the purpose has to be served. And the Supreme Court has the powers to do it. It has done so in the Babri Masjid case. It has taken the whole thing in a global respect and come to a finding that there must be a Ram temple there. Now, for me, this anti-defection act is the Ram temple of democracy. You have to see that it is enforced. If there are deficiencies in the law, create something and once and for all stop this nonsense of parties breaking, taking groups and then forming government.
Radha, before I go to Siddharth Babu, when somebody has numbers to the tune of more than 2/3,
Yes.
do you think that is a defeat of the law?
See,
No, no,
these
look at it,
two.
look at it this way.
Siddharth, I'll come to you.
Look at it
I'll just take Radha and I'll come to you. Yeah, Radha
no,
Bhavan.
see, the 2/3
Yeah.
were elected on a particular mandate. These people now, one can see very clearly, they are going for specific reasons and almost certainly with the special offers. They'll get ministerships, chairmanships or whatever. We'll see as soon as the new government is formed. Now, is that what the reason, purpose for which MLAs are elected? When we allow such shifting of sides for personal gains, should the courts not intervene? I have no doubt that what they have done may be theoretically correct, but I want the Supreme Court to intervene and stop this. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, Siddharth, yeah.
But one more thing, Radha, why don't you say that the parliament should stop it? Is it the job of the court to do it?
See, when parliament fails, who comes in? We know parliament will not do it. For 30, 35, 40 years, parliament has done nothing. Because they are all, when they are in power, it serves their interest to retain the present law. So when parliament fails, is it not for the judiciary? Has the judiciary not intervened at other times? Have they not set down precedents which become the law?
Okay.
I think if the parliament fails, let the judiciary intervene. That is what I am requesting.
Yeah, Siddharth Bab, yeah.
See, Pramod Bab, पहिली गोष्ट म्हणजे हांगासर there is no case of a merger today. These people have gone because they say that you have failed the party. What they are saying is the party, the values that we stood for, the commitment that we have made to the people repeatedly, saying that we are a Hindutva party, the commitment that we repeatedly, the speeches that we get, the stance that we have taken, that we would not go. We are not ideologically aligned with either Congress or Rashtrawadhi. Party has deviated for that, and therefore we want course correction. That you should go with a party which is Hindutva. They are not merging. Eknath Shinde has never said that this is a separate defection. He only says that you cannot decide to take the party forcefully with some other party. It is that we want to go with the BJP. That is what they have been saying. So therefore, there is no question of any merger. This is the internal problem of Shinde Sena, wherein majority of the elected representatives have lost faith in the party leader, and therefore probably they are looking into elect a new person who would be the leader. Now, whether his status would be that of a chief minister or some other person will become chief minister and they will support, will have to be looked into in the course of next few days. So therefore, this is a total. In any case, there is no question of disqualification. No person has ever joined. This disqualification is only a ploy. This is a blackmail. This is a threat. This is just a stick shown.
No, I think that's a very interesting point that Siddharth Bab is making.
Saying that if you try to defect, if you don't prove our line, then we are.
द क्लिओफात म्हाका मुद्दम सांगात सिद्धार्थ बाबान जो पॉइंट केला ते म्हणतात की वेर इज अ केस फॉर डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन वेर इज समबडी मर्जिंग और डिफेक्टिंग राइट नाउ एट द सेम टाइम वेर इज द वायलेशन ऑफ व्हिप डोंट यू एग्री विथ दैट that the basis of the disqualification itself is flimsy,
that there is no need for a whip to be violated.
Yeah,
actions outside the house can bring you disqualification. Ratnakar, Chopdekar and Shankar Banekar did not violate any whip. They went with Wilfred D'Souza to the governor. They were seen with Wilfred D'Souza. That was enough for them to be disqualified. I don't think there is requirement of violation of a whip only.
Okay.
Your actions outside the house. Whether you are with the party or without the party, your actions outside the house will also decide disqualification. This is not
Pramod.
They are with their own party members. They have not gone with
Devendra Fadnavis.
They are with their own party. Is it a problem if somebody goes with Shinde? Is it a problem with somebody going with Shinde?
I am talking of if the party calls them for a meeting, an important meeting at 5 o'clock on X day, they have to be there. If the party feels that you have violated the command of the party thereafter may seek your disqualification. So it is not required that whip only should be violated. This is not
Pramod. See, the law was settled long ago. The law is that split is an event, not a process. Now, if you look at what has happened now, the Shiv Sena Eknath Shinde group first broke off with some 18 or 20 MLAs. Now they claim they have 35 or 36. So over the last 10 days, there have been splits and sub-splits.
Yeah.
Now this is not what the law contemplates. The split should have been at first time, Eknath Shinde should have gone with 35 MLAs. Because every subsequent split is a split by itself. And to that extent, it invites disqualification under the existing law. So that is very critical. You did not have 2/3 when you walked away. You have gone on collecting. You have gone on offering them, making offers and gathering them. This is what the court has to look into. Besides one more thing.
Yeah.
Now my colleague Siddharth has said that they have not followed they are Hindutva party and they did not want to align with these two parties. For 2.5 years you have been a minister in this government.
Eknath Shinde is the leader of the party. Eknath Shinde is the leader of the party.
So
it's not illegal to be a minister.
Did it take you all 2.5 years to work with a non-Hindutva party to realize something is wrong?
No,
At the first only you should have stopped.
But rather, Eknath Shinde is also the leader of the legislative party backing the MVA government.
That's it. So therefore he calls the shot. He will decide. He can issue whip, not somebody else.
Correct. So the point is, let that nobody has spoken about the whips here.
No, my point is very simple. फाल्या आता नो कॉन्फिडन्स मोशन आसा. आता व्हीप इश्यू जातलो.
Correct.
What is the option in front of these 36 or 38 or 40 MLAs now?
According to me,
claim to be more than 2/3, who are right now in a flight arriving in our beautiful state.
Correct.
So what is the option before them?
According to me, the 36 will issue whip to Uddhav Thackeray.
Okay.
And the Uddhav Thackeray faction will issue whip to them.
Okay.
So this will happen, and whoever the speaker tomorrow will decide which whip is correct. This will be the situation that we will be.
So there will be two whips.
Yes, there will be two whips, according to me. And Eknath Shinde may also ask Uddhav Thackeray to vote against himself.
See what happens now when you talk of this split. There will be two types of split. One is a split under the 10th schedule, which relates to a split in the legislative party.
Correct.
10th schedule talks of the MLAs, elected MLAs.
Yeah.
Yes. And then under the Symbols Act, it is the election commission that will decide whether the original party has split.
Correct.
So it under section rule 15 or something of the Symbols Act.
Yeah.
It is the election commission that is empowered to decide in case of a claim of split.
Yeah.
To decide whether there is a split, to decide which faction is the original party, or to decide whether neither of the faction is the original party.
Yeah.
So therefore, the speaker's decision isn't exactly final. But of course, and as things stand now, I don't see there's much of a difference between the BJP and the election commission. They appear to be extensions of each other.
Anyway,
so anything going to the election commission may not have.
For
No,
the
I'll come to you. I'll come to you.
information of Siddharth,
Yeah.
I also want to tell him that Sharad Yadav was disqualified because he attended RJD meeting. He was disqualified by Venkaya Naidu. Not
Correct,
because
you are right.
of any whip.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
not
Siddharth
a
Babu,
case.
yeah.
They have not attended BJP meeting. They have not attended BJP meeting.
The crucial question is,
Talking of whips.
no, Siddharth, the crucial question is, tomorrow there is vote of confidence. The question is, what should this 2/3 do? Because there is a whip from the party. Cleophas says that they will issue whip to each other. What do you foresee?
Whip of Eknath Shinde is the only whip that counts. Where is the question of somebody else issuing a whip?
ओके ऑन दॅट नोट तुम्ही बरें हें केल्लें की 2.5 वर्सांची हें जालें मुद्दो काडलो की 2.5 वर्सां सरकार चल्लां 2.5 वर्सां मंत्री आसात जाल्यार ह्या 2.5 वर्सां कितें जालां ती टायमलायनूय पळोवया एंड देन वी विल गो फॉर फायनल कमेंट्स. इट्स अ व्हेरी इंटरेस्टिंग टायमलायन दॅट वी हॅव प्रिपेर्ड आनी फाटली 2.5 वर्सां ह्या महाविकास आघाडीची कितें जालें ते वी विल सी वन बाय वन. 2.5 वर्सां फाटली हे तुगेले मंत्री आशिल्ले सगळे आशिल्ले. सो पळया तुमी ऑक्टोबर 24, 2019 ह्या दिसाक BJP शिवसेना अलायन्स वन द इलेक्शन. दॅट्स द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टंट पॉयंट. 8 नोव्हेंबराक अलायन्स ब्रेक जाली. चीफ मिनिस्टर देवेंद्र फडणवीस रिजायन 8 नोव्हेंबराक. 12 नोव्हेंबराक प्रेसिडेंट्स रूल लायलो. हे खंयच्यान सुरू जाल्लें रामायण तें जस्ट आमी तुमकां याद करून दितात. 12 नोव्हेंबराक प्रेसिडेंट्स रूल जालो. 22 नोव्हेंबराक नवीन आघाडी अलायन्स जाली महाविकास आघाडी आणि फॉर्मली अनाउन्स विथ उद्धव ठाकरे एज इट्स चीफ मिनिस्टर. 23 नोव्हेंबराक फडणवीस रिटर्न्ड एज चीफ मिनिस्टर विथ दॅट इनफेमस saga ऑफ अजित पवार गोईंग विथ हिम. 26 नोव्हेंबराक आफ्टर अवर्स आफ्टर SC's ऑर्डर फ्लोर टेस्ट जाली, देन फडणवीस रिजायन्ड आफ्टर अजित पवार रिटर्न बॅक. 28 नोव्हेंबराक उद्धव ठाकरे टूक ओथ एज महाराष्ट्रास 18th चीफ मिनिस्टर. हे ह्या काळा भितर जाले, एक म्हयन्या भितर एक म्हयन्या भितर जाल्ले घडामोडी. जून 10, 2022 हांगा बीजेपीक हांगच्यान हो दुसरो पार्ट सुरू जालो, दुसरो अध्याय. ताजे मदीं बारीक सारीक अटेम्प्ट्स जाले, पण हो दुसरो अध्याय आतां सारको जो सुरू जालो तो 10 जूनाक सावन, जंय बीजेपीन एक एक्स्ट्रा राज्यसभा सीट जिखले इन महाराष्ट्रा इन द अपर हाऊस. ताजे उपरांत 10 जूना उपरांत कितें जालें, 20 जूनाक हांगच्यान एक्चुअली ही जी स्प्लिट ऑर द सिरीज ऑफ स्प्लिट सुरू जाली. बीजेपी won 5 out of 10 seats in the legislative council polls, with 12 Sena MLAs reportedly cross voting in favor of the Fadnavis led party. 12 क्रॉस वोटिंग आणि एक थंयच्यान मागीर सुरत, मुंबई टू सुरत, सुरत टू गुवाहाटी हो प्रवास सुरू जालो. आणि एकनाथ शिंदे वेंट अनट्रेसेबल विथ 11 MLAs, पुटिंग द स्टेबिलिटी ऑफ MVA गव्हर्नमेंट इन क्वेश्चन. ताजे उपरांत 21 ताजे उपरांत ते सुरताक पावले, हे 11 अनट्रेसेबल MLA. 21 जूनाक सिद्धे अलॉंग विथ अदर रिबेल MLAs रीच सुरत, गुजरात. सो ते खंय पावल्यात, अनट्रेसेबल आशिल्ले ते खंय पावल्यात ते कळ्ळें. ताजे उपरांत 22 जूनाक शिंदे गुवाहाटी पावले आणि तांगेली संख्या थंय वाडपाक लागली. 20 जाले, 25 जाले, 30 जाले, नेक्स्ट 35 जाले. आनीक आतां नक्की कितले आसात ते सद्याक म्हणटात की 40 + 10 50 आसात म्हणून. नक्की कितले आसा ते म्हाका दिसता फाल्यां एक्झॅक्टली फ्लोराचेर कळटलें. सो बिफोर वी कंक्लूड, फायनल थिंग क्लियोफास बाब, आय विल स्टार्ट विथ यू. एज दीस 50 MLAs are arriving in our state, and as your Facebook post said today that you are coming at a right place, we are a land of splits and mergers म्हणून, and there is lot of wisdom here that you can carry.
Yes.
What wisdom would you like to give them today? Your final comments.
For Eknath Shinde to save himself,
Yeah.
by the letter of law, he has to either merge with BJP, his 2/3, or with MNS. So that makes it very clear. Whoever the speaker is tomorrow, whether decide, even if the NCP speaker is there, and 2/3 merging with MNS or 2/3 merging with BJP, Eknath Shinde's group is safe.
Is safe. Okay.
But he has to merge.
He has to merge. It cannot be this kind of a situation.
It cannot be this kind
Yeah,
of
it cannot
He has to merge
be
with Kamal.
this kind of a new suspended animation. Radhabab, what is your advice?
No, I may
Don't
not
advise
agree.
Supreme Court. Advise the MLAs because they are coming here.
I may not agree with Cleophas.
Okay.
See, I would think that in the legislature, whoever has the majority, that would be the legislative party of the Shiv Sena.
Yeah.
Suppose they have 35 MLAs. Tomorrow they sit and they elect the leader of the Shiv Sena and inform the speaker that Eknath Shinde is our leader. That decision is binding on the speaker. He'll have to verify whether he is the leader. Now, once that happens, there will be now a claim of two different parties claiming to be the Shiv Sena.
Yeah.
Now, that issue will have to be decided at a later stage. If they merge, that is gone. If they merge, then...
So what's your advice to Eknath Shinde?
No, I have no advice here for either of them. It's not that easy to give free advice to anyone.
Siddharth Bab?
He wants to give free advice to the Supreme Court only.
No, he wants to give free advice only to Sashtikars.
No, let them come to my office.
That's okay.
Professionally, I will give them advice.
Siddharth Bab, final words. What's your advice to all these airbirds arriving here?
First of all, Eknath Shinde is safe in either situation.
Okay.
Whether he merges with MNS, he is safe. Whether he merges with BJP, he is safe. He is also safe if he stays as he is. And in any case, he is a leader of SLP, legislative party.
Yeah.
So they don't even have to elect him tomorrow. He, as 35 members, if he elects the leader of the house, then that person will become the chief minister, whatever that support is.
तुम्ही म्हणतात येयात गोंयाक एक रात बरी एन्जॉय करात आणि फाल्यां वचात म्हणून.
Yes, my only advice to him is महालक्ष्मीचा आशीर्वाद घ्या आणि पुढे वाचा.
पुढे वाचा.
Yes, महालक्ष्मी Ashirwad there, let him take Ashirwad here also.
ओके.
And Goenka Sahib also.
Goenka Sahib, yes, Goenka Sahib also.
सो बेसिकली तुम्ही तांकां सांगतात हांगा येयात, आयची रात रावात, देवाक पांय पडात, फाल सकाळी महाराष्ट्रा वचात आनी कितें करपाचें तें करात. बट गृहपाद बाब, राधा बाब, सिद्धार्थ बाब, रियली एनलायटनींग डिस्कशन. हांवें सुरवातीक म्हणिल्लें असली प्रसंग येतात तेन्ना गोंयांतल्या आदवोगादाक देशांतल्या आदवोगादा परस चड कळटा. तुमकां ताची जाणीव जालीच आसतली. राधा बाबान सांगलां की एडवायस जर तसोच जर जाय जाल्यार कितें करपाचें जाल्यार आपल्या ऑफिसा आपूण अवेलेबल आसा म्हणून हांव तितल्याचेर थांबता. ऑल थ्री ऑफ यू, थँक्स अ लॉट फॉर जॉयनिंग. पळयत रावात प्रुडंट. नमस्कार.
Thank you so much.